Urbanization in the 20th and 21st centuries. What is urbanization? Urbanization is the process by which an increasing proportion of a country's population comes to live in towns and cities rather than in rural areas. This process has been one of the most powerful forces shaping society during the 20th and 21st centuries. It has changed where people live, how they work, and how they interact with the natural environment. In 1900, only about 16% of the world's population lived in urban areas. By 1960, this had risen to 34%, and by 2040, it is expected to reach around 67%, meaning two-thirds of all people will live in cities or towns. The shift has been global, but has taken place at different speeds in different regions. Urbanization in the 20th century. During the early 20th century, industrialization was a major driving force behind urban growth. As factories and industries expanded in cities, they created new jobs that attracted millions of people from the countryside. Mechanization in farming meant fewer rural jobs were available, pushing workers to move in search of employment and a better quality of life. Cities such as London, New York, Manchester, and Berlin grew quickly, transforming from industrial hubs into large metropolitan centers. New buildings, transport systems, and services were developed to support growing populations. Skyscrapers appeared as symbols of industrial progress and economic power. Urban growth also brought major social and cultural changes. Cities became centers of art, science, and education, drawing writers, artists, and thinkers from across the world. However, rapid growth also created problems such as housing shortages, poor sanitation, overcrowding, and inequality. While many city dwellers enjoyed new opportunities, others lived in difficult and unsafe conditions. Defining urban areas. The term urban area can mean different things in different countries. The United Nations, UN, uses national definitions of what counts as urban, but there is no single global standard. For example, Australia, urban centers have 10,000 inhabitants or more. Belgium, communes with 5,000 inhabitants or more. Canada, areas with at least 1,000 people and a density of 400 people per kilometer squared. Iceland, localities with 200 inhabitants or more. Japan, cities with 50,000 inhabitants or more, where at least 60% of people work in non-agricultural jobs. These differences make it difficult to directly compare urbanization rates between countries, but they all show how important population concentration has become to modern life. The rise of megacities. By the mid-20th century, a new phenomenon appeared, the megacity, defined as an urban area with more than 10 million inhabitants. In 1945, most of the world's largest cities were located in rich, industrialized countries like the United States, the UK, and Japan. However, by the late 20th century, this had changed dramatically. By 1985, only Tokyo and New York remained in the top 10, and by 2023, even New York had dropped off the list. Cities such as Delhi, Mumbai, Shanghai, Lagos, Sao Paulo, and Cairo became global giants. Rapid population growth, globalization, and industrial expansion in developing regions have made them major centers of trade, culture, and innovation. Urbanization in the 21st century. Urbanization in the 21st century has continued, but with new influences. The most important of these has been technology. The spread of the internet, smartphones, and digital systems have created smart cities, where technology is used to improve transport, housing, energy efficiency, and communication. Cities like Singapore, Seoul, and Barcelona have invested heavily in data systems that make urban life more efficient and sustainable. At the same time, global migration has contributed to the growth and diversity of cities. People move not only from rural areas within their own countries, but also across national borders, seeking jobs, education, and safety. This has made cities more multicultural, but has also created challenges related to integration and housing demand. Problems of rapid urbanization. Despite the benefits, rapid urbanization has brought several serious issues. Overcrowding and housing shortages. Too many people in a small area can cause the growth of slums and informal settlements. Pressure on public infrastructure, water systems, and sanitation often struggle to keep up with population growth. Pollution and waste. Cities are major sources of air, land, and water pollution, contributing to climate change. Social inequality. Economic opportunities are often unevenly distributed, leading to poverty and exclusion among some urban groups. Loss of green space and farmland. Expanding urban areas reduce biodiversity and threaten food security. These problems are most visible in rapidly developing nations where urban growth has occurred faster than governments can plan and provide for it. Making cities sustainable. In recent decades, more attention has been given to sustainable urban development, the idea that cities should meet the needs of the present without harming the environment or limiting opportunities for future generations. Key strategies include designing compact and walkable cities that reduce car dependence, expanding public transport networks and cycling infrastructure, creating green spaces, parks, and trees to clean air and promote well-being, building energy-efficient buildings and using renewable energy sources, encouraging community participation and inclusive decision-making. These ideas are supported by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 11, make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Looking to the future. Urbanization has defined both the 20th and 21st centuries and will continue to shape the world in the decades ahead. While it brings great opportunities for jobs, culture, and innovation, it also poses major challenges for environmental health, equality, and resource use. The future depends on how effectively governments, planners, and communities can work together to build cities that are both livable and sustainable. Thank you for listening to this Geography Expert podcast. You can find access to all my free resources through my website, www.richiecunningham.com, including links to my Geography Expert Substack and podcasts.